So today we're going to focus on percent increase and decrease. What does it really mean if something increases by 20% or decreases by 10%? So don't forget, yesterday we were working with this equation where part is equal to percent times the whole. Now if I'm going to be talking about an increase or decrease, that means some things in the problem are going to be changing. And usually it's going to be the whole part. Okay, if I'm changing my percent by an increase or a decrease, this whole total is probably going to change. So it's important to realize which value we're going to use for the whole problem. So start off with something easy here. At the bottom, the only part of this first question that we're going to do is letter C. The only one we're doing is letter C. This is what percent is represented by the whole collection of rings. Well, you can see if you read the original problem that we're talking about Cassandra's 5 rings. So if she has her whole collection of rings, that would be 5 rings out of 5, which would just be 100%. She's got all of the rings. And so then what percentage of the collection does each ring represent? Well, if I only have one ring, if I have one ring out of those 5, right, one ring out of 5, that would be the same thing as 20%. Okay, nothing too life-changing here, but it's going to help us out when we get to the next problem. And example 1 just builds off of the opening exercise. It says Cassandra's aunt said she will buy Cassandra another ring. So if Cassandra gets the ring for her birthday, what will be the percent increase? So here's our first increase problem. We're still going to use the same equation that we used before. Part is equal to percent times the whole. All right, you would be able to use your proportion, you'd be able to use your double number line, but we're going to focus on the equation here today. Part is equal to percent times the whole. Okay, so I know that the part is going to be one ring. She's going to gain one ring. What I want to know is what's the percentage increase going to be, right? What's the percent? And the question then for the day is what are we going to use for the whole? Because she already has 5 rings, but at the end of the problem she's going to have 6. So what do we need to use as her total? Is it what she had before or what she has after? We want to know the percentage increase in her ring collection. At the beginning of the problem she only has 5. Okay, so this might be worth making a note of somewhere in the corner as well. We're always going to use the original total, which we would call the whole. Okay, whatever the original was at the beginning of the problem is exactly what we want to look for. Use the original total for our whole amount. Okay, so if 1 is equal to p times 5, divide both sides by 5. The percentage that we're looking for, our calculator will tell you is 0.2, which we know would actually be 20%. At the top of the next page, you have exercise 1. This will be a chance for you to do the exact same thing that we did with Cassandra's rings. I'd like you to do letter A. I'd also like you to do letter B. And I'm going to make one note here. When you're reading through the problem, it says he originally had 15 cards. Remember, that's the term that we're really looking for here, originally. What was the total at the beginning of the problem? All right, so go ahead and use that workspace to figure this problem out for yourself. Make sure you hang on to your answer because at the end of the lesson, one of the questions from your exit ticket will just say, what was your answer from exercise 1? Okay, so all you have to do is type it in there. That way I can see what you have. So hang on to this problem till the end. I'll ask you for your answer before you leave. Thanks.